Coming up on Confidential, Booker T flies with an eagle.
Trying to get him to get the Spinneroonie down because the head as well as the Spinneroonie, that's a tag team they can't lose right there.
And check out the Diva's stage mother. She's a man, baby.
He said something about a nut shot. Can we say ovary shot? Or, I don't have those, Phil.
Hi everyone, I'm Gene Okerlund, and this is WWE Confidential. They're strong and sexy and beautiful. No question, the WWE Divas have redefined what it means to be a female wrestler. In recent weeks, the Divas have been turning heads not only with their beauty, but also their impressive wrestling expertise. Would you believe the driving force behind the girls is actually a legendary tough guy? Tonight, we're going to have a special look at the man behind the Divas. I think you're going to be surprised. But first up, Booker T and his biggest fan, NFL superstar Levon Kirkland. It seems like the athletes of pro wrestling and pro football have been kindred spirits for decades. From Chief Wahoo McDaniel, the Big Cat Ernie Ladd, and Lawrence Taylor, to Bradshaw, Farouk, and The Rock, they've all experienced success on the gridiron and in the ring. Could NFL All-Pro Levon Kirkland be next? Recently, in a preseason game, the Philadelphia Eagles linebacker paid tribute to his favorite WWE superstar by celebrating a tackle Booker T style. It turns out Levon isn't simply caught up in the Spinneroonie craze. He's been a huge fan his entire life. As a matter of fact, he watches Raw every Monday night. Although they had never met, Booker T took it upon himself to call Levon, and the two became fast friends. As a matter of fact, they hit it off so well, Levon invited Booker T to the Philadelphia Eagles' brand new training facility. And that's where our confidential cameras caught up with the five-time WCW champion and the NFL All-Pro.
It's so funny being a football player, and people always wonder, do you watch Monday Night Football? I'm like, no, I watch Raw. Well, welcome to our little world here. We're at the NovaCare Center. I think they just got it last year. I'm pretty new to it, but it's pretty fantastic. We talked on the phone before, but just meeting him for the first time, we really clicked pretty well. I've been following this guy for a long time, really checking him out, especially when him and his brother started off.
And I'm talking about one of the greatest tag teams ever in World Championship Wrestling, Harlem Heat.
Doing good, man.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
It's easy.
I'm doing great, man.
That's you, Douglas, man.
Right.
Where Tom at? Tom, come meet your man. This is Booker T, man.
How you doing? All right.
Me and this man talk wrestling. We sit by each other on the plane, and we talk wrestling the whole time.
No football.
Nah.
There's a common bond because I think you find a lot of football players that follow wrestling and really respect and appreciate what those guys can do. And I think the pro football players sometimes wish they can get that mic and just go off like the wrestlers are able to do.
My man was talking about me and my brother back in the Global Wrestling Federation, so I know he know what he's talking about. I was talking to him over the phone. He brought up the Ebony experience, Booker T and Stevie Ray. And it's not like he's new on the scene as far as professional wrestling. He's been watching.
If you didn't already get your workout today, you're in the right place.
Well, I'm tired right now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for most pro teams, man, this is real nice. Hey, Donovan. Listen, how you doing? Hey, how's it going? How you doing? Most of you know this is our superstar quarterback, Donovan McNabb, and Donovan is
just the quarterback.
He's a superstar.
I just need to know about the hand there. Where'd that come from?
Booker T is feeling it. Check it out. We saw Levon Kirkland of the Philadelphia Eagles doing this. this?
Being in WCW for 8 years, never in a million years thinking I would win the WCW title. I got it one time.
Oh my God, Booker T's the world champion!
Rolled around, I got it again.
We got a new champion!
Next time I got it again. Again. It was 5 times. And then I just wanted to make sure everybody know around the world, around the country, Booker T. 5-time WCW champion. And I want to make sure I remind them all the time.
Okay, I heard that.
When you win that big one, you gonna make sure you remind them all the time.
That's right.
When you wear that ring.
I know that's right. Might get in there and scratch my face every time.
Yeah. What's this thing here, man?
I think you just kind of get on it like this. Or, I don't even know. I'll tell you, I really don't know. It's probably my wife calling. She wants to say hello.
Hello there. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Thank you very much. That was good right there.
Can I get back to what I was supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
She likes you, man. She does. That's the bed over there.
That's it.
That's it.
That's Sunday.
That's where the Eagles fly, man. NFL, you know, it's about winning, and you know, they want to win now. Here, you know, everybody's thinking Super Bowl will bust. You know what? I wish football would be a little bit more entertaining. Let the players break out a little bit.
Add a little bit of flavor to it.
Right, yeah. Man, I don't know where I'd be without my pay-per-view, man. But if I can watch you guys, man, I'm telling you, it'd be tragic for me. So.
Yeah. It's a great thing to be admired by your peers. To get a chance to meet a guy like LaVon Kirkland, who you've been watching for years on television, beating up guys and sacking guys, and then to see him pop up one day and throw the hand up, you know, it's kind of crazy.
I saw you do it a couple times.
This is what everybody came to see.
So I was like, if I get a big play, I'm gonna do it.
Hey, look at this! Ah!
I just timed it up real perfectly. I just went in there, man, and I crushed the guy, just kind of going to the ground and just kind of walked and talked to it. And my helmet was hanging down a little bit, so it looked kind of sinister. And I looked on the sideline, and everybody went nuts, man.
As soon as LaVon made that tackle and he got up, put the 5 fingers up, I immediately knew what he was doing. There was maybe 3, 4 other people around me that knew what he was doing, but everybody else was just trying to figure it out. They thought he was dialing the cell phone. They thought he was talking to his hand, talking to the ground. And it was kind of entertaining listening to everyone kind of speculate what he might be doing. And I just kept saying, Booker T, Booker T. And then LaVon did a better job of describing it when he came to the sideline after.
My thing was, you know, I was just talking to all the people who ever doubted, you know, that I can go out there and still do my thing. And, you know, I can't wait to use it again. You can't use it on just any old play. It's that play where you just really crush the guy.
Kind of like the spin a Rooney. You know, you just don't do it all the time. Even though I do. I tell you what, I'm gonna give you a personal demonstration of the spin a Rooney. There.
Impressive.
Boom!
It deserves the slow clap.
You want to try that?
The slow clap.
You want to try the mechanics of it?
No. Uh-oh. Pick Dan Marino off and I drop one of your passes.
That's a loaded question. Who's tougher out of the football players and the wrestlers?
I need my all season, so I give much love to those guys. They work incredibly hard.
I think it's a pretty even match. I mean, it takes a whole hell of a lot what these guys do.
Wrestlers are definitely warriors. Football players are warriors. Just, you know, it's a different battlefield. This is Fat Steaks, the original cheesesteak. Cheesesteak, man.
This is my first real Philly cheesesteak. Trying to get him to get the spin-a-rooney down because the hand as well as the spin-a-rooney that's a tag team that can't lose right there. And if you get out there and pull that spin-a-rooney off at the 50-yard line, I'm sure everybody in that stadium is going to go crazy. BTZ, 5-time WCW champion,
5 times.
soon to be champion right here.
This is that ring, that Super Bowl ring. That's what we're looking for. One time.
Up next, who's that jumping out the sky? It's R.E.Y.
I look at all corners, I look at the ropes, and my mind just starts flowing.
619 isn't just the area code of San Diego's hometown hero, Rey Mysterio. It's also one of the many numbers that Rey dials up on his opponents. Although he's short in stature, Rey has already made a huge impact in a sport traditionally ruled by big men. Mysterio's daring and innovative style usually leaves fans and fellow WWE superstars scratching their heads and wondering, how does he come up with this stuff? Would you believe the power of meditation? Hours before the arena doors open, Rey sits in the stands and lets the ideas pop into his head. The results defy just about anyone's imagination, and gravity to boot.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a treat. The explosive Rey Mysterio.
The ever-energetic style of Rey Mysterio is always outstanding.
Pop a Dramamine because Mysterio will cause motion sickness.
Look at Rey! Look at Mysterio!
Oh my God, a crossbody from the top of the cage!
I think my only fear is before I walk out onto the stage. Once I'm in there, it's completely gone. I keep it entertaining by coming out with new moves all the time. And I got tons of moves in my head. When the time is right, boom, it's there. I always like to keep innovating, and I like to keep the fans, I like them to expect something new from me, and they always have something new. I always have something to give.
Look at this! Wow! Moonsault from the second rope. And check out Rey Mysterio. He calls this the Torito.
I love Torito! Look at this! Corkscrew tope! Beautiful!
I kick back in the ring, take a corner, and I kind of meditate. I sit back, I look at all corners, I look at the ropes, and my mind just starts flowing. It starts going, spacing out. That's how 619 came about too.
Get out the cell phones. It's time to dial 619.
The way I used to do the 619 before is I would knock down my opponent, boom, to the ground. When the people were getting ready to see Rey Mysterio take a dive to the outside, I would take off to the ropes and come back. And as I was about to dive, I would just fake a dive. So I would spin and come right back in. And the guy would either get scared, run away, or something. He would expect me to jump on top of him. But no, I would just reverse it and come right back in the ring. The very first time I performed here in WWE, I sat down with Michael Cole and with Taz, and I was going over the moves that I performed in the ring. When I told them about that move, before it was even called the 619, Taz and Michael Cole were like, we gotta get a name for that. So I came out with the idea that I wanted to use something from my hometown background. And Taz was into numbers, and we came up with the 619, which is the area code for San Diego, California.
Oh, here we go. Brace yourself. 619! 619 connects.
The new version of the 619 is, boom, take my man down, take the time to reach back, hit the ropes, grab with my left, second rope, grab with my right, top rope. At the same time, swing my body in, have the motion, have both of my feet, kick him right in the face, bounce him back in the ring. Every time I bust that move, it's adrenaline rushing. I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. Once I see him down, I'm taking off. The most memorable one, the 619 I pulled off with Kurt Angle, that he really did not expect. Very first time I hit him, the very first time I beat him, which makes me feel real secure about myself.
Here it comes! 619 is coming! The 619! Tarico setting Rey up for some West Coast pop!
The West Coast pop comes after the 619, same, represent my area, the West Coast. It's a variation of the Hurricanrana, but when I come in, I hook the legs.
Mysterio, gonna fly! There it is! Oh, West Coast pop!
My style, I think what makes it unique is that, there can never be two Rey Mysterios. There's only one.
Up next, RVD comes face to face with the whole damn show. Only a fraction his size.
Just like the real thing. Well, pretty close. I don't know. Coolness. Yeah, pretty cool.
Welcome back to Confidential. I used to think having your own baseball card had to be one of the greatest tributes for any kid who had ever dreamed of making it to the big time. Ooh, but the times have changed. I want you to check this out. This is the latest RVD action figure. Pretty cool, huh? WWE action figures have become a huge hit with fans, collectors, and kids who, well, just like tossing them around the room. Ooh, sorry about that, RB. Trust me on this one, folks. The superstars of the WWE get a bigger kick out of the action figures than anyone, and they like to make sure that they get them just right. As a matter of fact, Rob Van Dam insisted on a tour of the manufacturer, Jakks Pacific in Malibu, California. That's where a team of experts is laboring intensely on the next big thing in action figures. And if my instincts are correct, it could be summed up in two simple words: Mean Gene.
We've been trying to get you to Jakks Pacific for a long time already. Gonna check out how to make some action figures?
Jakks Pacific. Do you know how many different RVD action figures there are? Taking a tour of the place.
I have to get a picture too.
Oh, now you're pushing.
And touch your bicep. I mean, I don't know.
Let's go in there. Oh, they made a noise.
Hey, with your RVD,
everything's cool. There's like 7 or 8. I don't know how many action figures there are of RVD right now, but apparently it's not enough.
Okay, okay.
On a side note, maybe have a few more RVD action figures out along your desk for display. Be a little more aggressive in the RVD area, and I think things are gonna go great. Sales will go through the roof, and that makes everybody happy.
All right.
RVD, tell me how cool you are one more time.
Whatever.
That's sweet.
We're gonna go talk to some product development people, so some of the designers, and there's tons of you over there.
We have you all over the place.
Well, show me. It's my favorite thing to see.
Actually, what this is just showing the different stages of how your figure's made. So basically what we do is we take our good old scan van to the events. Okay.
What Jakks hired us on to do is to capture digital likenesses of the WWE superstars for their action figure line.
We scan you in, get about 4 or 5 different expressions to last us a couple of years. Then we go to a wax output. Then we go to a resin finish sculpt, and this is what we call our master tool. This is what we send to Hong Kong. Once we give the okay, the factory will go into production. This is the final product. And that is what we get when we're all done.
Looks like you made more RVD figures than almost anybody else. Look at this letter, though. Dear WWE, I want a backlash series. I want my blah, 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 blah. I want an RVD toy.
This is how we know what they want. We read their letters, we read their emails. We go online and look at the chat rooms to find out what they think.
So you get the feedback straight from them.
It's fun to make the kids happy, but it's also fun to be able to show you guys what we did.
And there we are with another authentic RVD outfit. Looking very cool, just like the real thing. Well, pretty close. I don't know. Coolness, yeah, pretty cool.
You know, you're a lot of fun to do because you have so many different singlets.
I had to do one of your singlets. It was the white one with the green dragon going across. And, oh man, it took me about a day, but it came out great. And it was so much fun to do. It was nice, intricate, you know, working, and I was really proud of that one.
My friend Joe Holland that does the actual airbrushing on my outfits, he gets a kick out of that too, seeing his work replicated.
Can I get you to sign this one real quick?
Sure, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Here's my first RVD I got to do.
They got this outfit, which is an exact replica of an outfit that my airbrush artist friend Joe Holland designed. There's a lot of work that goes into actually producing an RVD action figure and having it on the shelves for a fan to buy. They have the detail all broken down like that and what goes into it. It's amazing. Lots of work.
Yeah, but like I said, it's fun, and you change your outfit often enough that it keeps it exciting.
Lots of people involved in bringing the RVD action figure to life, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I might have the funnest part, though.
My tour of Jakks was incredible. There's way more RVD action figures than I ever thought. I get all this sent to me later.
Up next, there's more to being a WWE diva than just a pretty face.
I'm going to make them into athletes, not just eye candy.
When I say WWE diva, what's the first thought that pops into your head? Let me rephrase that. The WWE divas are unquestionably the most beautiful athletes in the world. Unfortunately, when you're beautiful, some people just don't take you seriously. Believe me, I know. But in recent months, fans and the media alike have taken notice of more than the divas' incredible physiques. The athleticism displayed in their matches has been amazing. Case in point, the Women's Championship match between Trish Stratus and Victoria this past Monday on Raw. Ironically, the Divas' rise to prominence is due in part to a legendary tough guy working with them behind the scenes.
Women's division here in the WWE just keeps getting more and more exciting and more physical.
I'm Fit Finlay, and I'm an agent, mainly for the divas, the girls. Well, an agent's job basically is looking after the guys and helping them with their ability in the ring, helping them with their matches. Agents see the big picture, you know, where it goes in the future, what happens, and we give them things to do, moves to do that fit into their kind of character. I started in this business in a very strange way. My father was a promoter, and one night someone didn't turn up, and I was 14-year-old, and he said, "You got to go in there, boy." I'd been training before that, but never actually had a professional match. I got my carcass handed to me. I moved from Ireland. I left my family at home, went to England and wrestled all around England, then into Germany. And I started over in the States working for WCW. I severed a nerve in my leg, which doesn't stop me getting in the ring, but I can't actively wrestle anymore. I was an agent working for WCW, and then when WWE, as it is now, bought WCW, I was eventually brought in as an agent to the WWE, put to work with the girls, teaching the girls how to wrestle and putting their matches together. I think it was a bit of a rib from whoever to give Fit Finlay the girls, you know. And I thought, well, I'm going to make this a bit of a project of mine. I'm going to make these girls wrestle. I'm going to make them into athletes, into superstars, not just eye candy.
Fit Finlay is a great choice to work with the divas because he doesn't take any crap from us. He doesn't baby us.
He's great because he brings out that, fighter in us. You know, he's like, oh, come on, this ain't ballet. Let's go fight. He won't let us be girly girls, which is great.
I really believe that he treats us the same whether we're females or men in the ring.
The first time I met Fit Finlay, immediately he had me get in the ring with him, had me run a drill with him, running the ropes, doing, tackle drop downs. And I never took a tackle like that from Fit.
When I first met Fit, I asked him, Fit, how do you throw a forearm? Big mistake, because he laid that sucker in. Before I knew it, I was down on the ground.
I cannot imagine anyone else working with us like he does. He has the most patience of anyone on this entire crew.
Fit is very patient with us girls because we're all at kind of different levels.
I would say that most of the male wrestlers here have had more wrestling experience before they actually appeared on television. With the girls, they may have been valets or managers, so they may not have had as much match experience.
And he's basically teaching us how to wrestle before every match that we have and trying to teach us a new move or two before every match.
The following contest is the special bra and panties
gravy boat
lingerie pillow fight mud match.
Whether it's a bra and panties match or lingerie match or something like that, Fit does a fantastic job of making us feel comfortable in focusing on the wrestling.
A great challenge is when a Fit comes to me and he kind of goes, all right, Trish, tonight we have a mud match, or we have a gravy bowl match.
I said before my favorite part of Thanksgiving was the breast, but I like legs and thighs too.
What are we going to do to make this more than just a gravy bowl match, or more than Trish and Stacy roll around in gravy?
Stacy launched face first into the gravy.
Well, the difference between matches, if it's a girls in a bra and panties or whatever it is, a female match, as opposed to the guys in a cage match or any other match, I don't really think there's that much difference. There is a way to a match goes, you know, there's a flow. It's like a book. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And basically that's what it is, no matter what match it is.
I think it's really a strong feeling with the divas that we really want to look hot and sexy while being, you know, hard pugilist. He's great at throwing in a little saucy, fun stuff along with, you know, the grappling, chain wrestling stuff that he's so great at too.
What a drop kick by Terry!
We all know that TNA is part of our job, but he never makes us feel degraded when we do those type of performances. He keeps everything professional and incorporates wrestling along with the TNA.
I've never had any uncomfortable moments with Fit when I've been working with him, and I think that's one of the greatest parts about having him as an agent. Fit Finley is, first of all, so respectful of women.
You know, Fit's kind of like the doctor. You don't worry about any of the sexual stuff, any of the, oh, I feel uncomfortable. He's there to do his job, and you know that. And you know that he's there to help you through the whole thing. He's not there to, you know, your posterior as you roll someone else up. And he has the greatest sense of humor that until you're around him for a while, you don't pick up on. The other day we were talking about, he said something about a nut shot, and then we all got tickled because, you know, I said, shouldn't that be like, you know, can we say ovary shot, or, you know, I don't have those, Fit. I don't have those things. You never deal with him and have a match that you don't laugh pretty much the whole way through.
Stacy Keever catching Trish from behind and then taking her right to the mud. Oh, holy go round. Hook of the leg.
I just think the women's division is just getting better and better every week.
The women's division has changed dramatically. The women's wrestling is developed into wrestling because more girls know what they're doing now. He's taken us to another level. He's taught us to be very tough. The matches have been very brutal.
Oh, God almighty! Did you hear that shot? That was a blatant chair shot.
The fact that we go out there now and there's enough of us that are able to work, that makes such a difference. It's becoming second nature for us. We're doing what the guys are doing out there now, and I think that's really cool. You know, we're not just pulling hair. There is hair pulling in there too, but we're, you know, kicking ass out there. It's great.
Coming up next, the WWE takes a trip down the strip, so come along for the ride.
Vegas is great, isn't it, man? This is the greatest place on earth.
This past Monday, Eric Bischoff announced that Raw was returning to one of my favorite places, the city of entertainment, Las Vegas, Nevada. Hey, I'm no high roller, but I do like to gamble a bit from time to time. Say a few hands of blackjack, maybe a little craps. But there is no chance in hell that I'd put my fate in the hands of Eric Bischoff and his game of Raw Roulette. That's exactly what the superstars of Raw will be forced to endure this Monday night. Every match will have a stipulation, and every stipulation will be determined by a spin of Bischoff's Wheel of Fate. Now, I'd have to say the odds are in favor of the house in this one. If history has taught us anything, it's a sure bet that anything can and will happen when the WWE goes to Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas! Vegas is great, isn't it, man? You have everything you could want. Hope you got plenty of money.
We're gonna sit down here and we're gonna play a little strip poker.
It's a flush. A great flush.
I can't believe this. Do you guys even know how to play this game?
Wedding ceremony, only $40. That's us. Hey, get a nice shot of the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
The Rock is a champion! No, the figure four of Cindy Margolis. Look at this!
New World Wrestling Federation champion, Vince McMahon.
What?
Next week, we're in Las Vegas, right? This is the Raw Roulette Wheel. I've decided every match is going to have a stipulation. Every match is going to be decided by the spin of the Raw Roulette Wheel. Think about it. Just picture this. A cage match, an Inferno match, a hair match. We could even have a Kiss My Ass match or an HLA match.
When a WWE superstar introduces a character that is so out there, no one is quite sure how anyone will react. In the last 10 years, no one fits that description better than Val Venus. Billed as a former porn star, Val bragged about his exploits and a certain part of his anatomy he referred to as the Big Valboski. Most insiders were sure that he'd be one of the most reviled superstars of all time. They were right and wrong. The media was repulsed, even though Val's antics paled in comparison to what was going on other channels at the same hour. But to WWE fans, Val was so darn entertaining, they loved him, especially the ladies.
Hello, ladies. Prior to coming here to the WWE in 1998, I was wrestling in Mexico City full-time, and Vince McMahon had called me up in the hotel early one morning, and he described this character.
Hello, ladies.
So I remember him specifically saying the character's name is Val Venus. And he spelled the last name for me. It was V-E-N-I-S. And I kind of thought it was kind of weird. And he says, no, Val Venus is a film star. Okay, that's cool. He goes, he's actually an adult film star. And it kind of took me back a little bit. I went, whoa, where's this going? He gave me some time to think about it. And I remember hanging up the phone and thinking about it and going, man, that could be a fun character to play.
In my latest film, entitled As Hard as It Gets, ladies, let's just say I really rise to the occasion on this one.
First promo that we did with the company was, hello, ladies. No, I'm not happy to see ya. That is a gun in my pocket. And it does not shoot any blanks.
You know, you can forget about Pat's cheesesteaks and try the Big Valboskis, because I got more meat than your buns can handle.
When we first tried the promo, it was not intended to be a continuing thing to do inside the ring. But it turned out so well that it became a Valboski ritual.
I came, I saw, and I came again.
I actually used that deep, harsh voice in pretty much everywhere I've worked, in England, Puerto Rico, Mexico, but it was a lot more intense. So with the porno star character, I took that same voice and just slowed it down so it would be more infatuating for the women.
Hello, ladies. You know something? The Big Valboski is exactly like the Rubik's Cube. You know,
actually one of my favorite promos, and that was a promo that I came up with myself. I was actually playing with a Rubik's Cube. It was my niece's Rubik's Cube, I believe. I was over at the house and just fiddling around with it, and I said, man, this thing is hard. And it just clicked into my head. That's a good promo, put that way for future use. And sure enough, the very next weekend, I used it on TV. I remember when my mom first found out that I was playing a porn star character, she was ecstatic. She just come right out, yeah, he's doing a porn star character, it's great. She loved it.
Deion Sanders may be scoring on prime time, but the Big Balboski is scoring every time.
Next week, Confidential returns with an all-new show. We're going to have a few surprises that you will not want to miss. That's it for this week. Again, I remind you, if you see and hear it here, it's confidential.
Bradshaw Farouk, Terry Reynolds, and myself have come out to Kuwait to visit the troops. What do you miss the most about home?
My 2-year-old daughter.
Oh.
We've been all over the place. We've been to Marine bases, Army bases, Air Force bases. If we can help in any way to keep their spirits high, that's what we want to do.
Let me get some proof that I was on TV.
These guys are in 120 to 150 degree heat every single day, which I can't even describe to you the heat factor that goes on with these guys. And they do this so that we can sit at home and live wherever we want. And that's an amazing thing. It's an amazing sacrifice that these guys make. And to see that firsthand is just classic, you know. And I hope I'm able to tell them enough how much we appreciate that.